Okay, so today, like a few hours ago, we started getting the drip marketing for 4.7, which is not going to be this big patch, obviously, but the patch afterward. And they finally revealed who the upcoming characters were going to be. Obviously, we had a lot of rumors going around, and we knew that Chlorinde and SIGEWINNE were going to be happening at some point. People have been kind of excited for them since a while ago at this point, right? I don't remember the name for the trailer we saw a while ago, but that's when we got to see Chlorinde and SIGEWINNE, obviously, along with the rest of the cast. And people have been looking forward to those ever since. So there's been a lot of speculation regarding how some characters were going to be handled. We've known about some of their types because their in-game model do have some of their visions every now and then, clearly visible. And so we are going to look into this and see what kind of information we can get from those. So first of all, we have Chlorinde. And she seems to be... She has some titles, right? She is the Candle Bearer, Shadow Hunter, and Champion Duelist. So Champion Duelist, we obviously knew about that because from the main story we learned that she's the champion who fights when trial by combat end up happening. We know for a fact that she, for example, had to fight the father of Navia, right? Yeah, we've known about that for a while because of the in-game model. Obviously, we knew that she was Electro, and from the cinematic in the game, we can expect that she will be using a sword, and obviously she must have a way to either use like guns or rifles and be able to use them during combat. So I don't know if that's going to be a skill like it is with Traverse, for example, where she can take out her gun and actually aim. Is that going to be similar? Is it going to be more on the ultimates like Navia can do, where like she does the bombardment thingy? I don't know, but I would definitely see them going toward a aiming kind of thing. So I suppose we'll see. The question, some people have been saying that she might be like an off-field DPS. That's kind of been the conversation. Is she going to be off-field? Is she going to be on-field? I think because she's a champion duelist, it would make more sense if she was a on-fielder instead of off-field. I don't know. I could kind of see either. It would be nice to have an on-field like Electro character. How long has it been since we've got an on-field Electro character? I don't know. Sino? Has there been another Electro on-field since Sino? I'm not sure. I really don't know. So yeah, maybe. Who freaking knows? So let's have a read here. I might be hiding a little bit the text, but you can look it up. Let's see. So Chlorinde, blah 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 blah. Disputes are a Mora a dozen in Fontaine. Day in and day out, a playwright might accuse a fanatical reader of imitating their style and taking up a pen name too close to their own, to the point that even the newspapers could not distinguish the genuine article. A merchant might accuse a colleague of targeted malicious, cutthroat competition, of not only constantly adjusting their prices, but of intentionally setting up shop directly opposite them. Ordinary disputes can be settled by guards rushing onto the scene, but there are always a minority of claimants who, thinking themselves most clever in their ulterior intent, will obstinately press for court proceedings just to get the name out there, and if their dual applications were to be approved, they might be famous indeed. However, if some well-meaning neighbor were to tell them, "I've heard that the most recently rostered champion duelist is Miss Chlorinde," these same clever folk would almost instantly be deflated of all their arrogant airs, like a violet gold angler gull caught by the neck, and cease such prattle altogether. For all are well acquainted with the name of the mightiest champion duelist. Beneath their blades, all despicable deeds that aim to capitalize on mere fortune under the guise of decency will show their true colors, and she has never once known defeat in a duel. I suppose there is no need to go that far, is there? So does a clever person, very nearly hoisted by their own petard, flee the scene, and thus is another such altercation undercut by ulteriority, discreetly dissipated. Ooh! So, yeah, she's badass. Essentially, everybody's afraid of her because they know that she's badass and she's taking... No, she is the sheriff. And nobody shoots the sheriff. Shoots the sheriff. Anyway, yeah, she's cool. She's cool. She looks great. I love her outfit. The height is so beautiful. Look at her. She's so... She's top tier. All right, let's see. What do they see? What do they say? Word to the wise, friend. The evidence against you is irrefutable. If you want to uphold your honor, atonement is an option. You could still do much good. There's no need to resort to a duel. I mean, your opponent is Chlorinde. That Chlorinde, you hear? Ah, for the love of the Fontaine of Lucine. If you go up against her, you'll wind up without even the strength to confess your crimes. A sincere letter to a certain wealthy merchant who had pleaded not guilty received on the eve of a duel. Name Chlorinde. Title, Candlebearer, Shadowhunter. Champion duelist, Vision, Electro, Constellation, Raperia. 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 I mean, I assume this means rapier. Rapier. Yeah, there it is. Is it rapier in like in Italian? It does sound like it might be. Or wait, or is this whole thing in Latin? I don't know. Yeah, this sounds like Latin more than Punctim Ferendium Maxime ad. Yeah, definitely. Why is this in Latin? Anyway, okay, so her constellation means rapier. Interesting. Yeah, she's definitely gonna be a sword. All constellations are Latin. Yeah, I know it is. But what's surprising to me is that the whole Wikipedia page is in Latin. That makes less sense to me. So yeah, she obviously looks cool. I would expect her to be an on-field DPS, on-field electro DPS. You could speculate that she might be very good with Arlecchino, but what's the thing is that, like, unless she's an off-field DPS, I don't see her working with Arlecchino, you know what I mean? Because Arlecchino needs to be on field, right? And she can't be healed by anyone else. So, I don't know. But I feel like she's definitely going to be a good character, a good DPS. She probably work very well for... I mean, we've had Chevreuse lately. I could see them working well together, and so we could see some Chevreuse Chlorinde team. That could be very cool. So I'm looking forward to her, definitely. A mixture of off-field, on-field. Yeah, there's characters who are kind of hybrid like this, right? Like Raiden Shogun can both be on-field or off-field. She can be a driver for many elements. She definitely can. She could fit in that mix, and you can play her either way, right? I could see that. All right, let's see about SIGEWINNE now. SIGEWINNE, the wondrous dragon heir, the Melusine head nurse. First of all, I will say, I think she's so cute. I don't know why she's the only Melusine we've seen so far who seem to be more human-like, so I don't know what's going on here. I've seen some people saying that she's creepy. I think she's cute. I think she looks fun. I love her little gun. She looks so adorable here. Surprisingly, she's actually Hydro. I don't know why, but I thought she would be Cryo, but no, she's not. So yeah, creepy. I don't know. Some people will think she's creepy. The infirmary is the warmest place in the fortress of Meropide, where the sun fails to shine. Rumor has it that the head nurse who manages the infirmary is also its founder. The fortress has changed hands in chaotic circumstances several times over the centuries, but there has always been a tacit agreement amongst all who live here not to harm the medical staff in any way. The reason for this is simple. Few doctors could endure treating criminals and stay in such a place for long. Few still would be as clement, cute, conscientious, and considerate as SIGEWINNE. There was once an inmate whose life SIGEWINNE saved after he had been gravely injured while causing trouble, who then proclaimed her to be an emissary of the heavens, an angel of salvation, sent to bring redemption to criminals, even saying that he would preach this far and wide on her behalf. That's a bit much, isn't it? The head nurse shook her head, her horns bobbing along. I won't ask what you did wrong before saving you, but you still have to finish serving your sentence once you've healed up, she said, hands on hips. Flattery's not getting you anywhere. Aw, she's so cute! It's because Hoyo is afraid of human-like playable characters. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I mean, look at ZZZ. I don't think they're afraid of that. I think we're gonna see more and more characters like this. We're probably gonna get like half dragons next region in Natland, right? I didn't think snail horn. I thought rabbit here. Oh no. They're like some weird slug creatures, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of weird to say. They're kind of weird. Melusine, that's kind of strange. They were born from the flesh of a dead god. Kinda. It's a long story. All right, what does it say here? SIGEWINNE's the most unique out of all the Melusine friends my parents know. They said that she was a guest at our place a long time ago and that she held my hand, supporting me when I just learned to walk. Many years have passed and I've become an adult. She, on the other hand, is just as meticulous and enthusiastic as ever. From Emily. Emily? Isn't Emily the name of the potentially... I've heard a lot about, like, a character named Emily. Isn't Emily supposed to be, like, a perfume maker or something? The lolly of 1,000 years? No, I think it's just that Melusine just don't grow up. Name SIGEWINNE, titled Wondrous Dragon Heir. Melusine head nurse. She's a Hydro. Constellation Nereides. Isn't that Greek? The Nereids? Oh, no, maybe not. Nereides. That feels like, yeah, it's a sea nymph. Yeah, I'm not crazy. There we go. Sea nymph. Sea nymph, female spirit of sea water, the 50 daughters of the old man of the sea Nereus and the Oceanid Doris, sisters to their brother Neretes. They often accompany Poseidon, the god of the sea, and can be friendly and helpful to sailors, such as the Argonauts in their search for the Golden Fleece. Interesting. The Nereids symbolized everything that is beautiful and kind about the sea. Their melodious voices sang as they danced around their father. They were represented as beautiful women, crowned with branches of red coral and dressed in white silk robes streamed with gold. Interesting. Yeah, okay. I think she's really cute. I mean, I have the big problem being that, like, it's gonna be tough to pull for her, in my opinion. I got Arlecchino at the moment. There's gonna be a Furina rerun. Like, obviously, it feels like she's obviously going to be a healer because she's literally a doctor. Chlorinde is so cool as well. Like, oh, man. Maybe I'll try to get her on a rerun. Because she's so cute, I really do want to have her. She's cute and I love her design. I love the colors, like pink, blue, white. It's adorable. And the little gun, too. I hope she can go pew, pew, pew with the little gun. That would be so cute. I think I really want them to try new stuff with the equipment, right? We've seen characters have catalyst and not use the catalyst directly, right? Wisely, he has his gauntlet and he fights with those and he has the catalyst like floating next to him because he's not using that directly. What if she's a bow user, but the bow is not used directly and she just shoots with a little gun? That would be so adorable. I would love that. I would just support Hilda that works for, like, you know, maybe she could be a thing where maybe she can create Bond of Life. Who knows? Maybe she has a thing like she creates Bond of Life, and if she can, if Bond of Life goes to 0, then she gives like a damage buff. Who knows? Maybe she does something like that. I really have no idea, but like, I'm trying to think about how a Bond of Life support could function. Maybe that would be a way that could work, right? But I'm not too sure. Yeah, I could see her like applying a Bond of Life on all the characters, and then if the heal drops the Bond of Life to 0, then they get healed up to max HP and they get like a buff. That would be a way to make a support Bond of Life function, maybe? I don't know. But either way, she's very cute and I do like her. And now, finally, for the character I do not like. No, it's not true. I don't dislike him. But I'm the less interested about. And that is Sethos, Wisdom Measure Desert Envoy. So he seems to be the guy in the cinematic who's like, you were not the only one who's been chosen, blah, blah, blah. So he seems to potentially be a rival to Sino. You know what he gives me vibes of? He gives me vibes of Claude in Three Houses Fire Emblem. Doesn't he look just like Claude? Maybe we finally get a gay Claude. That would be awesome. So as we can see, he's obviously a bow user. Because he's drip marketed here, and I think SIGEWINNE is going to be a 5-star. He's probably going to be a 4-star, unfortunately for him. So he seems to be a 4-star bow user, Electro. And And I really don't know, like, what spot could he have, right? Yeah, maybe he's like an off-field DPS, but like I don't see how is anyone going to replace like Fischl? Who knows? I hope I get surprised by his kit. Okay, what did they say? Inexperienced travelers often find themselves trapped by the vast boundless sea of sand. Were it not for the timely guidance of a kind soul, their journey of exploration might have come to an untimely end, cruelly cut short. Many of those who were lost and returned to their companions on the road all had the same name upon their lips, Sethos. A great sense of direction, enthusiastic and talkative, these are all common impressions among those who have been on the receiving end of Sethos' guidance. And it is quite true. As a desert dweller, Sethos knows the paths between the various oases like the back of his hand, and his mastery of the techniques of navigation, such as using the sun's position to calculate direction, runs even deeper. As a personal interest, Sethos enjoys traveling by foot between desert and rainforest, and navigational skills he's acquired are a product of his personal experiences. Doing so, As for being enthusiastic and talkative, by speaking with eremite chance mets on the road or listening to the fascinating anecdotes of hapless scholars rescued from swamp and marsh, not only can he broaden his own knowledge and horizons, but also have a lot of fun. For Sethos, that is where the joy of the journey lies. Perhaps it is because of this personality of his, but regardless of locale, from desert to rainforest, he always has those he can regard as friends. One researcher he met at Caravan Ribat, who had developed a deep admiration for Sethos after being struck by his instinctive understanding of the academia and its knowledge system, once even went so far as to suggest that Sethos sit the academia's entrance exam. Be a student at the academia. It would be pretty fun to see how the academia's teachings differ from what the old folks say back home. I'll consider it. Huh. Interesting. You shall have the dexterity of the fox and the agility of the flying serpent. The wisdom of Hermanubis shall also bestow its favor upon you. Your name shall be Sethos, a divination from a priest during a name-giving ceremony. Basileos Delta. What does that mean? Basileos Delta. Delta King? Huh. Okay. Fun fact, in Egyptian mythology, the gods they are based on are exact opposite, have a lot of beef, and from a design standpoint, Sino and him are exactly opposites. Yeah, that would make sense if they are supposed to be rivals, right? I'm really looking forward to learning more about him. He's obviously gonna be part of Sino's part 2 story, so I'll be doing that. Hopefully he's interesting, hopefully he's cool. We'll see next patch. I'm looking forward to that. As a design standpoint, I think he's a bit bland. He's not really... I don't know. I'm not particularly excited, but I'm looking forward to see like what his character is like and what his kit potentially is like as well. Yeah, interesting character. Definitely. If I had to give like my order of how interested in those characters I am, obviously CLORINDE will be first, then it would be SIGEWINNE, and finally it would be Sethos. So that's how I would look at it. And I'm hoping to be surprised. I'm hoping to be surprised by Sethos. And I'm very, very excited about SIGEWINNE's kit. CLORINDE, well, yes, I like her a lot. I don't expect her to change anything drastically in the game. But a new support, I think, could be huge. And a 4-star bow electro user, I want to see what he brings to the table, right? I want to see, like, is there a reason for me to use him over Fischl, for example, who's like a staple 4-star character in a lot of team? When is it going to be better to use Sethos? That's my question. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Do let me know what you think. Don't hesitate to drop a comment if you're on YouTube and watching this right now. And yeah, appreciate the support. Drop a like, drop a follow. And I'll see you next time. Cheers!